Okay, today I want to talk about what it means to be a transformational leader using the example Nelson Mandela. After doing some research, I had about 4 websites that I used during this research in order to get my speech well organized and together. So the first one I used was Nelson Mandela's Foundation. It basically gave an in-depth detail about like his biography and his life, what he did. NobelPrize.org did the same thing. And then verywellminded.com and the communication playbook by Gamble and Gamble also gave me insights on transformational leadership and just told me a good definition of what that is. So a transformational leader is a person who inspires. They inspire change, they inspire challenge, and they inspire injustice change. So Nelson Mandela grew up in South Africa, where they had a system called apartheid. If you're not familiar with apartheid, they basically practice inequality. They aren't about being unified. They're not about being together. So that was basically what their nation was about and what they did. Mandela was not okay with that. He wanted an equal lifestyle throughout the nation. So he was willing to sacrifice everything in order to change how their nation worked. He even suffered from imprisonment. He had to go through a lot of consequences for basically standing up what was right in his mind. Although he was put in prison, that did not stop him. Instead, he came up with a vision of unity. He wanted to come together as a nation, like I said, and he just fought for what was right and continued fighting for what was right. He didn't just end segregation once he got people to believe him. He didn't just end segregation, but he healed a divided nation, and that caused them to come more together and go under a new law. In 1994, Mandela became the first black president in the country to fully practice democracy. Democracy is more about being together, just rightful, and being having more justice, and he finally got people to believe what he was standing for. He inspired people to see each other as partners and not enemies. He wanted, like I said, he wanted to be equal. He wanted to be unified, and he finally got people to believe in what he was standing for. And he also encouraged them to be better. He encouraged them to demonstrate humanity and resilience, and to basically stand up for what was right, no matter what it took for him to do it. And as a transformational leader, the goal is to create a vision and make people believe in it. Change their minds, change it from whatever was holding them back, and basically get them to inspire others and just change their mind. That's the whole point of being a transformational leader. And Mandela made people believe that the future could be changed, and it could go from the place that they were in that wasn't fair. It wasn't a fun place to be at. And he basically changed them and made them believe that there was a future after all, a better future for all of them. And we can learn from Mandela by creating a vision, and no matter what, see it through. So people will start to believe it as well. Because if you believe in what you're saying and you believe what you're fighting for, then other people will start joining on the same bandwagon as you and be able to have that confidence to change the world or change a small part of the world that you're living in. Thank you for being a part of this assignment. Y'all are playing a big role in my success in this class.